My name is Peta Lindsay of the Party for Socialism and Liberation, and I'm running for President of the United States. The PSL's presidential campaign features a 10-point program which you can find on our website, votepsl.org. This 10-point program addresses socialist solutions to the issues that poor and working people face as a result of the capitalist system. A critical component of our 10-point program is to end mass incarceration and end the criminalization of young people from working-class communities. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with the largest prison industrial complex in history. The U.S. prison population has grown every year for the past 37 years, with 1 in 100 behind bars today. Currently, there are 7.1 million people under the control of some sort of correctional service, whether it's prison, parole, probation, or supervised release. The racist war on drugs is the key element behind the epidemic of mass incarceration. 1/4 of those in prison are incarcerated for drug offenses. In the federal prison system alone, 50% of inmates have been convicted of drug-related crimes. If you're black, you are 10 times more likely to get time for drug offenses than a white defendant. On a state level, 44% of those convicted of drug crimes are black. But mass incarceration isn't just the result of racist attitudes. It functions as a system of social control over certain communities. It's no coincidence that as the U.S. economy inflicted greater devastation upon black working-class communities in particular, at the same time, in the same communities, prison populations began to skyrocket. We have seen nothing short of the criminalization of youth of color. We can see the results of this in the case of Trayvon Martin. It's clear that George Zimmerman was motivated to view Martin as a threat based on societal stereotypes of young black males who look and dress a certain way. This is the true result of mass incarceration policies that rely on the perpetuation of racism. Racism has always been used to keep working people divided. Prisons are the dumping grounds for millions of surplus workers who the 1% do not need in the process of normal production. Mass incarceration policies have created a new layer of the working class, where all rights to unionize and protest are lost, and the imprisoned are employed by the prison industrial complex as virtual slaves, making pennies an hour. The brave prisoners who organized and participated in prison uprisings, including Attica and more recently the Pelican Bay hunger strike, exposed the inhumane treatment of the incarcerated to the whole world. Mass incarceration is a planned and organized scheme of a few members of the 1% to expand the prison industrial complex, which is now a multi-billion-dollar industry in the private sector. It is an industry that is recession-proof. It is an industry that's great for capitalism. The fight against mass incarceration is so crucial because it is the most singular expression of racism pervading our society. Without smashing mass incarceration, working people of all nationalities cannot have justice. The fight against mass incarceration is a fight to smash racism in America. While we fight for reforms, we must keep building a revolutionary multinational movement that targets the roots of racism and class oppression, the system of capitalism. Ultimately, true justice against mass incarceration cannot be achieved in a society that puts profits before people. Only socialism can completely overhaul the criminal injustice system. Only socialism can guarantee every worker the right to a job, the right to health care, to housing, and the right to a free education. I urge you to check out the Party for Socialism and Liberation's campaign website at votepsl.org, to volunteer with our campaign, and to join our struggle to build a socialist society.